Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Ruto at one point when he was the deputy president, he condemned logging in forest, and he said that forest is a water catchment area. And I quote him, this is what he said: misuse of forest resources is threatening water availability and food security in the country. And that time he was just a deputy president. Now, as the president, Ruto went further to allow First Lady Rachel Ruto to adopt 200 acres of Kakamega forest for restoration. So it means he was still on the mission of safeguarding the forest to make sure that the country is secured in terms of rain, then we can have bumper harvest. Now, yesterday, while in Molo, we got to know exactly what his master plan was. It's not about conservation. It is something else. Ruto was in Nakuru, that's in Molo, in Nakuru, somewhere in Molo, and now he lifted a 6 years ban on logging. And according to him, what he's saying is that the economy in areas where, in Molo, where we have the forest, they are depending on products or produce from the forest. So according to him, lifting a ban on logging means opening the economy to the people within Molo. Listen to him.
Imesemekana wakati nilikuwa hapa tuliwaambia maneno ya Elbagon na Molo hapa, mlikuwa ni wafanyabiashara wakubwa sana wa mambo ya mbao, si ndio? Dunia hii ilikuwa dunia ya mbao. Tukaenda, kuna waziri mwingine mjinga, alikuwa mjinga siku hiyo, alienda akazuia mambo yote ya forest ikapotea. Sasa miti inaoza huko kwa msitu, watu wanahangaika pande hii, hawana mbao. Unaona ile ujinga iko hii Kenya.
Now, we are questioning William Ruto's motive of lifting the ban on logging in the forest. Because before yesterday's statement, this is what he had said earlier. His first position on issue to do with the logging in the forest. Listen to him first.
We must stop all cutting of trees in all our forests, both state forests and community forests. Kwa sababu tuko na shida kubwa. Mito haina maji. Tumekuwa na shida miaka mitatu, hatujakuwa na mvua ya kutosha. The misuse of forest resources is threatening water availability and food security in our country.
Now, we are continuing with the Punchline discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers and anyone who comment, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. When Ruto gets out of this country, he go and address the United Nations and all those other international platforms. He's talking about the issue of climate change, the need to protect the forest. So the question is, what happened to the speech to do with the climate change and his current position to do with the forest? What happened? And again, what happened to his first position when he was a deputy president at the time when he was standing against logging? What happened? And what is his plan to do with the issue of planting all those millions of trees across the country? What is he championing for? We have to understand what is his position and what he's looking for. Then the question to do with the adoption of 200 acres of of Kakamega tropical forest is concerned. The only tropical forest in Africa, in Kenya. This is one of the natural forests where we have indigenous trees reserved there. Mahali penye pia tunatoanga mkombero. Watu wa Kakamega, you must be live to the current situation we are in now. We have now to come out and question the motive of First Lady adopting 200 acres of Kakamega forest. What was their plan? What was their intention? Now we are hearing of the issue to do with the logging. Now wameanzia Molo. They are now in logging. Soon you will hear logging in Kakamega. And their target is on indigenous trees. We have mambo ya hard trees ziko huko. Soft. And when you talk about the issue of softwood and hardwood, then the target of these guys is on hardwood. Hiyo ndio wanataka watafute huko, na hiyo iko kwa indigenous trees. Imagine a tree that will take years and years to grow. Not like the softwood whereby I just plant the tree and within 3 years uko na bow. This one is different. So now we are getting to understand whom Rigathi Gachagua was speaking for when he came out with the issue of the shamba system. Ruto never came out to condemn Gachagua. Gachagua talked about the shamba system, adoption, and now the issue of taking people back to the forest to go and do planting. Then we know what normally end up this. They destroy the forest and they end up now dividing the land among themselves with a long-term plan. We saw Uhuru Kenyatta trying to recover some land that had taken by Moi, where he had decided to put a tea plantation in the forest land. So Uhuru returned the land and he talked to Moi. They agreed to return the land. It was recovered and it was for public. But once we see some people start coming out with such kind of settlement, then you know they are taking us back from where Uhuru had removed us from. Uhuru alirudisha shamba ya serikali. Lakini tukiangalia serikali ya William Ruto iko na mpango ya kunyakua mashamba ya serikali, na wanaanza na issue of logging, wako na mpango ya kuiba miti fulani pale, then wakuja kwa mpango ya shamba system, wako na mpango ya kunyakua mashamba pale, and they want to run their business within 10 or 5 years or so. Gachagua alituambia tukifunga forest chakula itapatikana. Na tukajua hii ni ukora. What happened to the irrigation system walikuwa wameweka pale? Galana, Kulalo and all those things. Pesa ilienda wapi? Ilivunjwa. So Ruto now has come with the issue of if we open forest, we are opening the economy of Molo to thrive. Really? Watu waenda wachome makaa, wakate miti. Hawa jamaa wako na mpango, wako na kampuni zao, wako na their own yard. They want material. Cheap material. In fact, he's saying that they are not going to tax anything. But they are going to be, that is going to come out of that forest in Molo. I want a bigger tax. That means they have interest in Molo, they have interest in Kakamega, and they have to come out and declare their interest. So that once we are here, we should be aware that these are people who have interest in our forest. Because in one hand, you cannot be saying that you are supporting the issue of restoration of forest through planting of millions of trees, and exercise we have seen them doing. Then in the other hand, you come in and allow logging to continue. That then alone contradicts your first statement. Your position on climate change is different. So can we conclude and say that Ruto is now allowing logging to threaten food security because then it's going to tamper with the water catchment areas? Kama Kakamega huku tunapata tropical rain, inakuja tu inanyesha. Watu wanathrive, wanapanda miwa, wanapanda mahindi, wanakuwa na nyasi ya kutosha ng'ombe ya kukula. Ndio maana ukienda huko unapata tu kufuga ng'ombe imekuwa ni rahisi sababu kuna nyasi. Kupanda mahindi imekuwa ni rahisi kwa sababu kuna mvua. Miwa kupanda imekuwa ni possible kwa sababu there is tropical rain enough to allow farmers to engage in serious farming activities. Wakati Rachel Ruto anakuja anachukua 200 acres, hiyo iko na mpango gani? Sasa hapa ndo utasikia logging inataka ifanyike, wachukue those indigenous trees, maana tunapatanga hata medicine na mambo mengine yote. Wako na mpango ya kuja kunakuwa. Alafu sasa utasikia hiyo shamba iko kwa kazi fulani wanataka watumie. So for the longest time Ruto will be in State House. Ile 200 acres walipeana, mwende mwangalie itakuwa inafanya kazi gani. Mwende mwangalie vizuri sana. Itakuwa inafanya kazi gani. Soon utasikia kuna other activities happening there. Inimoro utasikia sasa pia serikali imeanza kuingia ndani, wamekata hii shamba ni ya Gachagua iko hapa, anafanya hapo ukulima yake. Hii shamba nyingine ni ya William Ruto iko hapo, anafanya hapo biashara yake. Alafu hizi miti zote utasikia wako na kampuni yao pale ya kutengeneza, kama mambo anasema ya kwamba eti ameongeza ushuru kwa furnitures coming from outside. To one point it is good, but again we have to understand wako na mpango gani wakati wanafanya hivyo. Now the real end game is that they want to produce their own here, wakitumia miti yetu yenye wanataka waharibu forest, wachukue ya bure yenye walipi ushuru na walipe pesa yote, wachukue hiyo miti waende watengeneze furnitures, then they double the profit. Miti ya bure. So hao watu mkiangalia vizuri, they have set up their own companies or manufacturing or yard that kutengeneza furnitures to sell here. They will never go at loss. They will always look for a business that will bring profit to them. That's the problem when you have an entrepreneur in the State House who don't have a mind of working for the people, but ideas to make profit for himself. This is a company, and now people, profiteers wako hapa. They are busy looking on how to make profit, and they have calculated. They don't care if the climate is going to be affected or whatever will happen. For them, it is all focused on making profit for themselves. Period.